there guys, and welcome. It is Niren here, and today it is time for me to bring you episode number 3 of season 2 of our Leicester City career mode. In today's episode, you'll be finding out whether we do in fact cope without Kramaric. The man who was our top scorer last season has been sold on to Derby. I do apologise, I completely forgot Leicester and Derby were rivals. Someone brought that up in the comments section, so I'm sorry because I probably shouldn't have sold him to a rival. Nevertheless, of course, last time out we did however sign Maximilian Arnold and Raul Gudinho as a goalkeeper, and we also set up a bid or a signing for a new winger. You'll be finding out which player I buy later on, as well as seeing me make some bids for some strikers too in order to replace Kramaric. And the first game of the post-Kramaric era is the first leg of our Champions League qualifier against Basel. One of 3 games in today's episode. The first against Basel, the second against Manchester City in the BPL, and the third being the second leg of this tie. As you can see, the first leg of the tie would signal a debut for Raul Gudinho, our new goalkeeper, having signed from Porto for just £2.1 million. He's going to be our backup goalkeeper for the season. As you can see, some first games of the season for Ben Chilwell, for Danny Drinkwater, also for Gökhan Inler. We would actually get the first chance of the game there as well. Francois Kamano forcing a good save out of the Basel goalkeeper. A little bit later on, and Kamano trying to find someone. It actually falls to Embolo on another half volley there, almost putting that in the bottom corner. That would have been a fantastic goal from Embolo. Now we're going forward again in the 27th minute. Shinji Okazaki finding some space, cutting inside, then finding Danny Drinkwater, who's going to try and play it on Embolo, who gets back onside, and he's going to blast it past the Basel goalkeeper to give us a 1-0 lead in the away leg of this Champions League qualifying tie. Of course, it is 2 legs, so this is very much only half the story, even just this game. We're going to make sure we do the job at home as well. But this is a good start, getting an away goal in this tie against Basel and making it 1-0. At the end of the first half, Basel actually threatened with a long shot, but it went pretty harmlessly wide of Gudinho's goal. Slightly closer there from Kuzmanovic a little bit later on, just 2 minutes after the break. But again, it went slightly wide, and as they were getting ever closer, they got pretty much as close as you can get without scoring, hitting the crossbar with a fantastic long shot. With just 6 minutes to go, Basel went forward again, squaring it twice, but somehow Kuzmanovic put it wide after Boetius set up the move, and we could have been in real trouble. As it happened, we could have been out of sight as Drinkwater hit the post with that 25-yard strike a little bit later on, but then Pione Sisto taking matters into his own hands, cutting inside and slotting the ball past the Basel goalkeeper to in fact get that second goal. A goal maybe we didn't deserve after all the chances Basel had, including that pretty much open goal, the chance that Kuzmanovic spurned Gudinho. Not entirely sure if he was getting to it. Then we hit the post after Basel themselves hit the crossbar, and we do in the end take the win 2-0. 2 away goals and a clean sheet as well puts us in a very, very, very good position going into the second leg at home. So this is looking pretty good in terms of actually getting into the group stage of the Champions League. Now, however, it is time to move on into some more transfer activity. You'll find out which winger I sign after the Manchester City game, but for now, we're looking at some strikers. And we obviously need to replace Kramaric. I've got about 10 or 11 million pounds to spend, and we put in some, inquiries. We sort of inquired about Wissam Ben Yedder, I think I'm pronouncing that right, of Toulouse, Divock Origi of Liverpool, Arkadiusz Milik, I think it is, of Ajax, and also Michy Batshuayi of Marseille. Now, they all came back with pretty reasonable inquiries or counter offers or whatever, which I wasn't really expecting. I thought they were going to be going for, 20 odd million for some of these players, but a lot of them very, very, very sort of nice and low indeed. So we make a £9.5 million bid for Wissam Ben Yedder of Toulouse, and that's all right. We can afford that. We're going to make an £11 million bid here for Michy Batshuayi because they actually inquired, or they asked for 15.5, and I think 11 is probably just the boundary of what they're willing to accept. Same for Ben Yedder, probably 9.5 is just what Toulouse are willing to accept. Now, I didn't make a bid for Arkadiusz Milik because I wasn't really convinced that the amount of money we'd have to spend, which I think was 14 million they asked for, was really worth it for a player who's 77 overall. Ideally, I'd quite like someone who's going to be 80 guaranteed by the end of the season, or if not January, or if not now. We also made a £9.5 million bid though for Divock Origi of Liverpool, and we'll have to see just how those bids go after the second game of today's episode against Manchester City in the Barclays Premier League. Now, last time out, we beat Spurs at home, and then we lost to Bournemouth. So I think we're about 11th in the table with 1 win and 1 loss, and we would quite like to make that one loss and 2 wins, or 2 wins and 1 loss, with a win over Manchester City here at the King Power Stadium. We did manage to do it last season, but it is going to be a tough task. There you can see the starting lineup in the background. Arnold playing yet again, Nicholas and Kolu as well, but obviously no new signings, no other new signings yet, and Raul Gudinho is not in the starting lineup. Nevertheless, Kasper Schmeichel, the man who is in the starting lineup and in goal for us, they're making a good save from Thomas Muller's header. Jamie Vardy then going forward a little bit later on and finding Sisto, who then found Mahrez, but the shot was blocked. Some good defending actually from Manchester City throughout this first half, but they did allow Max Arnold to get a strike away there, and that is something that I've noticed about Maxi Arnold. His long shots are fantastic, but he was unable to convert and bundle the ball home after Willy Caballero just about recovered from the Sisto strike after the original save from Maxi Arnold's long shot. Wilfred Bonney there going forward as well with a header, now Pione Sisto cutting inside and trying to force a save out of Willy Caballero, but Caballero easily deals with it. Now we are going forward again, however. Well, I say going forward, City actually have the ball, but maybe not for much longer. Kamano stealing the ball there off Jesus Navas, finding Jamie Vardy, who finds Okazaki in the centre. It is a sweaty goal, but nevertheless, it is a goal that has seen us take a 1-0 lead here against Manchester City. It does not matter how they go in, as Chris MD said at the Wembley Cup. This is a goal, and it doesn't matter how it goes in. Francois Kamano, fantastic work from him there to get the ball off Jesus Navas, then find Jamie Vardy with the through ball, and he unselfishly lays it on a plate to his strike partner Shinji Okazaki for his first goal of the Barclays Premier League season, and Maxi Arnold with a fantastic pass through there to Joe Dodu, but unfortunately the young Englishman off the bench was unable to put the ball past Willy Caballero and make it 2-0, meaning we do in fact win the game 1-0. Again, another massive victory in this series. We always seem to beat the big teams. I don't know what's going on, but we beat City yet again for the second time in this series. Kasper Schmeichel there getting man of the match. And yet again, the new signings are performing well. Nkulu is solid as hell. And Maxi Arnold has just been doing a job. His long shots look mad. His passing looks mad. And I'm really looking forward to using him some more. But now it is time to look at the winger. And you'll have seen the straw poll a moment ago. It was so close. It was quite incredible. As you'll see in a moment, I actually considered just getting Boufal because it was so close. Because I want to see Boufal and Mahrez, both very skillful wingers, on either wing. That would be amazing in my mind. However, because they're so similar, I thought, well, actually, maybe we should get Patrick Herrmann. I know he won the vote, but it was so damn close. It felt like it was just a draw because there was only one vote in it, or as I'm commentating it, there was only one vote in it. I did in the end decide to just agree with you guys, or well, I say you guys, you were very close in it, but I went with Patrick Herrmann. So Patrick Herrmann has signed for Leicester from Borussia Mönchengladbach for £22 million. Our record fee has been blown out the window again. It was broken with Maximilian Arnold of £11 million. We've gone and doubled it. The next episode, another German import, this time Patrick Herrmann. You see his stats, you've seen his stats a moment ago, and I'm really excited and looking forward to using him. He looks as if he's going to be absolutely awesome. I will try and sign Boufal at a later date, maybe in this series, if we do need a winger at a later date, but yeah, unfortunately I was unable to get him. I did really want to get him actually, but yeah, I just felt as if he was maybe a little bit too similar to Mahrez, and maybe in games where I needed a bit more, it would be a bit difficult to then bring him on, or, you know, have both of them on at the same time because they are so similar. In the meantime, in the background, I'm actually simming the second leg against Basel in the Champions League qualifying round. I hope you guys don't mind that. I don't tend to sim games very often, but to be honest with you, I just wanted to get some transfer activity done. We'd won 2-0 away. I knew we were going to win in the sim, and as you can see, we won emphatically 4-0. A brace from Okazaki, a goal from Kamano, and a goal from Sisto. Nice to see Joe Dodu come off the bench as well. I'm trying to put a few of the youngsters, the Leicester youngsters, into the squad every now and again. Him, Chilwell, you know, and some of the players out of the youth academy as well. We've actually got £1.4 million as well from that, which I wasn't expecting, for actually now qualifying to the group stage of the Champions League. So that's more European action you guys can look forward to. But as you can see in the background, we actually had our bid accepted for Michy Batshuayi of £11 million. We were rejected by Liverpool, however, but we did have a bid accepted as well for Wissam Ben Yedder of Toulouse. Now, I'm putting in some contract offers in the background, and you'll notice there is not a straw poll in the description for this video, and that is because I'm not really doing a pure vote. Basically, what I want to ask you guys, and leave it in the comment section, is are you happy with either of these two players being signed? Because I'm wanting to sign either Michy Batshuayi or Wissam Ben Yedder. I don't really have the money now to make another bid for Divock Origi, and I'm not really convinced Milik is worth the money. But what I want to ask you guys, there's still about 10 days of the transfer window left as I commentate this, so I've got some time to make a few more bids. If there's any players you want me to look at, just drop them in the comment section below. Thumb up each other's comments as well to make sure, you know, I see the top comment, just to let me know that you guys agree with something that someone else has said, so that it's a popular option. I don't want to just buy someone that one person wants me to buy. I want to sort of go with a general consensus and a majority of people in terms of the viewers. So yeah, drop any suggestions. Oh, I've just hit my computer. Hey, drop any suggestions in the comment section, and thumb up each other's comments. And basically, I'll make some bids for some of the suggestions, the suggested players that you make. And basically, at the end of all that, I won't be able to make another vote for you guys. I'll have to make the decision, but I'll just go with whoever seems like the best deal at the time. And I hope you guys are okay with that. Nevertheless, here is how the table has been affected by today's episode. We are now up into 5th place after our win against Manchester City, and you'll see in a moment that actually Spurs are bottom of the table, yet to gain a point. It's actually United out in front from Everton, and Hull with a very good start to the season, 2 wins and a draw. But nevertheless, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Leicester City Career Mode. Feel free to smash the likes button if you did. Hope you guys are generally happy with the fact we brought in Patrick Herrmann. A huge amount of you guys actually voting, 200 plus of you guys voting for what player you wanted me to buy, which is absolutely mental to see, so thank you guys so much for that. We did go for Herrmann in the end. Hopefully I can bring in Boufal at a later date in the series, because I would really like to use him at some stage, or maybe on the next FIFA, or in a different series, you never know. But I'm really looking forward to using him, and of course him maybe combining with Maxi Arnold as well, of course, that we brought from Wolfsburg, and we'll be making, hopefully, another signing next episode with a striker. But yeah, we're also through to the actual group stage of the Champions League, so that's a bonus, and of course a 1-0 win against Manchester City is pretty damn good as well. Nevertheless, it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today in an episode that has seen us cope pretty well initially with the loss of Kramaric, but nevertheless, it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.